A couple of days or a couple of months are left until the release of the third trailer. To hell with this Rockstar. When we'll actually see a new video remains a mystery. No matter how hard we try to calculate the dates or build a logical chain based on previous releases, the stars will outplay us anyway. They'll release the trailer at the very moment when we'll be expecting it the least. But sooner or later, it will definitely happen. And in today's video, I suggest you refresh your memory and recall absolutely everything that is known about GTA 6 at the moment. We'll break down the characters, plot, locations, gameplay, and activities, relying on the official materials and leaks that we already have. Essentially, we'll gather all the information in one place and prepare not just for the showing of a 1-minute clip, but for the launch of a full-scale marketing campaign. After all, as soon as Rockstar pulls the trigger, we'll be swallowed by an endless stream of content that will immerse us deeper and deeper into the world of the game. We'll save the story component for dessert, since the least is known about it so far. Essentially, only the synopsis, which represents a modern interpretation of the legendary Bonnie and Clyde. It's with this crazy couple that we'll begin. So, Jason Duval is the first protagonist that falls under our control. Already now, we can form a clear idea of his past. Jason grew up among con artists and criminals, which clearly left its mark on his childhood and adult life. Most likely, this is exactly what pushed him to join the army to try to escape from his criminal heritage and start life with a clean slate. However, for unknown reasons, the system broke him, and he again found himself drawn into criminal activity, but now on the sunny islands of ᴛɪᴍᴇ. There, Jason works for a man named Brian, whom we'll talk about in detail a little later. For his boss, our hero collects debts, pushes kiddies, and smuggles petty criminals. But judging by the synopsis, Jason clearly wants more and dreams of a better life. Throughout the plot of GTA 6, he'll definitely have to make difficult decisions that will determine his fate. There are several powerful theories about Jason and his role in this network. The craziest of them is that Jason is actually an undercover cop. Allegedly, he infiltrates the local ecosystem and builds a kind of career ladder. He starts as an ordinary thief and rises to the head of the syndicate to pull off a serious plot twist in the very finale. But we'll discuss this in more detail another time. What can we say about Jason for sure? He wants to get out of the dirt, and this social elevator may well be his love in the person of Lucy. ᴛɪᴍᴇ is the second protagonist of the game, and the first full-fledged, deeply written female lead in the history of the modern 3D era of Grand Theft Auto, whose character will directly drive the plot forward. She's originally from Liberty City, which immediately hints at a possible connection with this cult location, or even the appearance of a character from the fourth installment. We also know something about Lucy's childhood. She grew up in an unfavorable environment, and her father from the earliest years taught her to fight and stand up for herself. In the official screenshots, we see her in a boxing ring, so combat skills will be an integral part of her character and gameplay. Confirmation of this theory is her necklace in the shape of a boxing glove, which her father most likely gave her. At the very beginning of the game, Lucy is in prison. Why is she serving time? For now, that's a secret. It's unclear whether she'll be arrested before the events of GTA 6, whether this will happen in the prologue itself, or whether we'll first spend a long time playing as Jason, diluting the narrative with flashbacks. Rockstar is keeping all of this under 7 seals. But we know for sure that at some point, Lucy will be released. And according to the official description from Rockstar, this will happen only thanks to incredible luck. And that sounds extremely suspicious. What will it be? A daring escape? A deal with justice and a witness protection program? Or some absolutely absurd, ridiculous coincidence? We can only guess. Another curious detail about Lucy's release is the electronic bracelet on her wrist, which is clearly visible in the official art. Most likely, it strictly limits her movement, and Rockstar can make this detail insanely interesting in the gameplay. From the routine of having to return home to the good old gradual unlocking of locations, as it was in the classic parts of the series. However, we also know that after her release, Lucy will not take the path of correction. She instantly returns to crime and drags Jason into this business. You could say that it's Lucy who becomes the trigger, pulling the couple down to the very bottom of Leonida's criminal world. And here the main drama unfolds. Judging by information from the developers, Lucy, like Jason, is incredibly ambitious. She desperately wants to get out of this dirt and live a normal life. But the paradox is that the only visible way for her to do this is to commit one more, the last and biggest, crime. This contradiction tightly binds both characters. They try with all their might to get out of the criminal swamp, but the harder they thrash about, the deeper the abyss drags them in. And now, let's quickly run through all the secondary characters known at the moment. Brian Heater is the man Jason works for at the beginning of his journey. You could say that Brian represents the lowest level of crime in Leonida. He trades kitties and engages in smuggling. He has an entire boat station at his disposal, from which his people head out into the ocean to fish out goods from abandoned planes. In general, a classic and proven scheme for the local area. Brian has been in this business for a very long time, and now it's being run by his third wife, Lori. Most likely, it's for Brian that Jason and Lucy will work in the earliest stages of the game. Moreover, we know that Jason lives in his house for free, on one condition. He's obliged to help Brian with various small routines, loading goods, transporting contraband, and shaking debts out of tenants. But we definitely won't linger at this stage for long, exactly until fate leads us to the next player. Raul Bautista is a character representing a much higher level of crime. His specialty is big and daring robberies. And in my opinion, at the moment, this is the most charismatic and flashy image Rockstar has shown us. And although he was shown briefly, for some reason I'm sure that Raul will turn out to be an absolutely reckless psycho who simply won't be able to stop until he catches a bullet to the forehead. This is exactly the archetype of a character obsessed with the very process of crime, not with the final score. Likely, he'll not only become our guide to the higher league and teach the heroes new skills, but will also act as an apple of discord between the loving couple. But these are, of course, only my assumptions. The main thing is that Raul occupies the niche of heists, and it's through him that will unlock increasingly large-scale and dangerous robbery options. Now let's talk about Booby. Unlike the previous guys, he leads a far more respectable lifestyle and owns a legal business. Real estate, nightclubs, and his own recording studio serve as the perfect cover for laundering the dirty money earned from kitty trafficking. But Booby's value is in something else. He has colossal connections. This man knows all the influential people in the state, both the bosses of the underworld and the bigwigs from legal spheres, especially from the music industry. Another character who revolves around music is ᴄᴏᴅᴇꜱ. Like Jason and Lucy, he started with street crime, but over time he managed to break into the industry thanks to his own rap work. Eventually, ᴄᴏᴅᴇ founded his own label, Only Raw Records, where he began actively promoting young artists. He definitely has an entrepreneurial streak, and his street experience helps him see through people. At the same time, he's focused on his legal game, not on criminal showdowns. This fact is confirmed by the fact that his label signed a contract with our next heroines, the Real Dimes duo. This is a group of two budding singers, Bay Lux and Roxy, working under ᴄᴅᴅ's wing. The girls specialize in viral clips, live streams, and bold tracks that spread across social networks. And this whole media ecosystem is tied to the in-game analog of our social networks, which Rockstar has been actively teasing. Social networks will definitely become the most important part of the living world of GTA 6. But the character who stands out the most against the background of the others is Cal Hampton, Jason's close friend. The old man spends most of his time on the internet or by the radio receiver, listening to Coast Guard communications. He's a classic paranoid conspiracy theorist obsessed with government plots. Most likely, it's through him that Rockstar will reveal the mystical side of the game, UFOs, ghosts, and other secrets that fans love so much. But this doesn't cancel out his charisma, madness, and humor, which we've already had a chance to appreciate in the trailer. At the end of the chapter, I'd like to mention one more character who isn't on the official lists on the Rockstar website, but who will definitely become key. Whether this is a specific person or an entire organization isn't clear yet, but we're talking about law enforcement. It's not in vain that the trailers place such a powerful emphasis on the actions of the police. Raids and special forces with chest body cameras, assaults on underground dens, and brutal arrests. Law and order will play a huge role in the plot. It's possible that the main antagonist of the game for our Bonnie and Clyde will not be a criminal authority, but a meticulous detective or an elite special group hot on the hero's heels. In fact, we still don't know the final scale of the game world, but if we turn to the fan community, which has been studying every frame of official materials and massive leaks for years, then we'll see something incredible. After analyzing the coordinates from the leaks, enthusiasts have recreated the GTA 6 map. Yes, there are still plenty of blank spots on it, but there's no doubt about its accuracy. And according to these calculations, the game's world will be approximately 2.5 times larger than Los Santos from GTA 5. The action will unfold in the present day in the state of ᴄᴏᴅᴇꜱ, an in-game adaptation of sunny Florida. The map itself is divided into 6 huge biomes and key zones. The heart of the state is, of course, Vice City, whose prototype was Miami. We're waiting for a giant metropolis woven from contrasts, from the neon-drenched beaches of Vice Beach and the luxurious skyscrapers of downtown to dangerous criminal ghettos like Little Havana. The city is designed with an emphasis on incredible verticality and unprecedented NPC density. Next is ᴄᴏᴅᴇꜱ Keys, a picturesque archipelago at the very south of the map. It's a chain of tropical islands connected by the famous long bridges, a perfect place for diving, water sports, and studying marine fauna. It's here, if the leaks are to be believed, that Jason's criminal path will begin. Of course, Rockstar didn't abandon the developments of Red Dead Redemption 2. We'll get our wild nature zone in the form of grass rivers, an analog of the Everglades Reserve. These are gigantic swampy wetlands and mangrove forests, through which you'll have to travel on airboats with huge air propellers. The swamps are literally teeming with alligators, snakes, and aggressive local rednecks. Another important location is Port Gellhorn, a once prosperous resort region that has fallen into decline and turned into a depressive wasteland. Now drug trafficking flourishes on the local streets, and they themselves are built up with dirty motels and trailer parks. In fact, this is the best place to ride around on quad bikes and dirt bikes. Ambrosia will be responsible for the industrial sector, a harsh industrial zone covered with plants and factories. The main landmark of the region is the massive Islet Crystal Sugar Factory, which will clearly become the site of major plot showdowns, and tough biker groups control this territory. And the 6th biome is ᴄᴏᴅᴇꜱ National Park. This is another peculiar nod to RDR2. Awaiting us are green forests, hills, clear lakes, and turbulent rivers. Unlike the stuffy swamps, there are no crocodiles here, but full-fledged hunting for pumas, deer, and other wild animals returns. However, besides animals, armed radicals and hermits often hide here as well. Another important topic within this section is weather conditions. The weather system of GTA 6 promises to become the most technological in the history of Rockstar games. It will directly affect gameplay, vehicle physics, and NPC behavior. The developers radically reworked the engine, taking as a basis advanced developments from Red Dead Redemption 2 and improving them several times over. Of course, the scale of some features hasn't yet been officially confirmed, but the likelihood of their appearance at release is extremely high. Since the prototype of the state of ᴄᴏᴅᴇꜱ is unpredictable Florida, tropical hurricanes will become a full-fledged part of the gameplay. Squally winds will break palm trees, tear off neon signs, and raise huge waves off the coast of Vice Beach. Moreover, due to prolonged downpours, low-lying areas of the map, especially the top of Grass Rivers and some streets of Vice City, will be flooded with water in real time. And over the ocean, you'll be able to see real waterspouts. From major leaks, we know about roughly 50 items and types of weapons we'll be able to use. And here it's important to make a remark. There's no official information about gameplay at the moment. Rockstar simply hasn't talked about this yet, so the entire base is built on the analysis of leaks and the studio's past hits. Among the most notable items, it's worth noting a device for bypassing the immobilizer. Its presence confirms that we'll no longer be able to steal absolutely any car we like with a snap of our fingers. For modern cars, a special hacking device will be needed. Also, the game will feature advanced medicines divided into categories, from banal painkillers to full-fledged first aid kits. Food, in turn, will directly affect stamina and weight gain. We'll again have to monitor the physical shape of the heroes and, most likely, look in on the gym. Another extremely interesting device is the tracker jammer, which will allow us to hide our location from pursuers. As for carrying things, we're almost certainly in for a harsh system in the spirit of RDR2. You won't be able to carry a portable minigun in your pocket anymore. For your arsenal, you'll need bags, backpacks, or your personal car's trunk. The list of guns itself will please with a classic set: baseball bats, golf clubs, knives, pistols, assault rifles, RPGs, grenades, and Molotov cocktails. But the most intriguing newcomer in the arsenal is the harpoon. Most likely, it's intended for underwater hunting, but as you understand, in the GTA world, you can hunt anyone. The combat system has also been upgraded. We're in for improved close combat, which will become many times more precise and dynamic. Full-fledged grabs, dodges, and combo techniques will appear. Rockstar has completely redesigned the cover system and the mechanics of shooting from a car. Now, during a chase, the passenger will be able to lean out of the window up to the waist and fire a full 360 degrees. There will also be unique character abilities. For example, Jason will have an analog of eagle vision or deadeye from RDR2, highlighting valuable items and enemy weak spots. Overall, the legacy of Arthur Morgan's story is felt in everything. We'll be able to tie up, pick up, and hide corpses, as well as rob, threaten, or simply communicate with absolutely any passing NPC through a context menu. Only in GTA 6 have all these systems been brought to an entirely new, far more refined level. The criminal routine will be diluted by a full-fledged economy. The game will feature several types of fences. Some will specialize strictly in stolen cars, others in jewelry and art objects. Moreover, the cash earned will need to be legalized. A full-fledged money laundering system will appear in ᴄᴏᴅᴇ through the purchase and control of various commercial enterprises, serving as the perfect cover for our Bonnie and Clyde. A relationship scale will appear between Jason and Lucy, which will clearly show how close they are or how much tension is growing between them. And we'll balance this indicator ourselves, making key decisions throughout the plot for both characters. We're also in for the smartest and most elaborate police system in Rockstar's entire history. Now, when committing a crime, a timer will light up on the screen, the time before the cops are called. These are precious seconds to hide or eliminate witnesses before someone contacts emergency services. The patrols themselves physically depart from the nearest districts or roads. They don't materialize from thin air right behind your back, as was so annoying in GTA 5. Instead of a banal search radio wave, the police create a large-scale search zone on the minimap based on your last location. The cops block roads, lay down spikes, and methodically, block by block, comb through the area. Moreover, to escape now, it's not enough to simply pull into a paint shop. You'll have to drastically change the car's appearance or ditch it altogether. Because if the cops have logged the make, color, and license plates, the car turns into a walking target. Hiding in a crowd on foot will also become harder. If cameras or witnesses remembered your clothes, patrols will recognize you by your description. You'll have to change your wardrobe, buy a cap, and disguise yourself. And the biggest thing awaiting us in the new installment is the artificial intelligence of NPCs, which goes to the next level. Non-playable characters are now grouped into social groups. They can walk together, have picnics, take photos, argue, work out, beg, or even rob passers-by in real time. By the way, the hero's appearance will also have to be monitored. The system of dynamic hair and beard growth from RDR2 returns to the game, so regular visits to the barber will become part of the routine. The world of ᴄᴏᴅᴇ will literally explode with random dynamic events scattered all over the map, and the cherry on this technological cake will be more than 700 open interiors. The player will be able to freely enter hundreds of establishments, from laundromats and 24-hour supermarkets to huge shopping centers, nightclubs, and restaurants. And almost every one of these establishments will be accessible in real time. An integral part of all GTA games is the side activities, which have always diluted the story component, allowing you to relax a little. And already now we know about many additional entertainments that will appear in the 6th installment. So even before the release of the second trailer, we knew about 7 possible activities that surfaced in the leaked data. These are dice, golf, fishing, street racing, as well as classic robberies and raids on armored cars. And unlike the scripted robberies in GTA 5, in the 6th installment, you'll be able to clean out small spots in real time. The leaked materials documented raids on laundromats, 24-hour supermarkets, roadside diners, pawn shops, and pharmacies. Delivery quests also return, including the theft of rare cars. But now, to drive away an elite sports car, you'll have to sweat, use a code grabber and GPS jammers, carefully pick locks. After the release of the second trailer and the update of the official website, another huge layer of activities available in the state opened up for us. This includes billiards, full-fledged hunting, motocross races, snorkeling, diving, mini-golf, kayaking, basketball, as well as activities tied to the combat system, competitive cage fights, and classic gyms. Add to all this large-scale nightclubs in Vice City with quality electronic music, strip bars with advanced lap dance physics, and neon beach parties. Based on this, it becomes obvious that in GTA 6, the developers are recreating the true atmosphere of crazy Florida. Therefore, the list of entertainments will be the most eclectic and crazy in the history of Rockstar games. The world of the state of ᴄᴏᴅᴇ is literally filled with content, from the usual gamer leisure to wild, purely southern fun. Let's start with the fact that the plot of GTA 6 is directly inspired by the story of the legendary American robbers Bonnie and Clyde. Rockstar Games, for the first time in franchise history, is betting not just on yet another criminal showdown, but on the deep romantic drama of 2 loving people trying to survive in the crazy modern world of the state of ᴄᴅᴇ. Jason meets Lucia right after her release from prison and possibly even helps her get out of confinement. Together they decide to pull off one simple little job to quickly grab some easy money and start everything over. However, the first robbery doesn't go according to plan. As a result, the duo gets drawn into a massive criminal conspiracy spanning the entire state of ᴄᴅᴇ, from the dirty trailer parks of Port Gellhorn to elite drug cartels and the skyscrapers of Vice City. Throughout the game, our heroes will gradually climb the criminal ladder. On this path, they'll encounter all the secondary characters we talked about earlier. Each of them has their own clear role. Brian, Raul, Booby, and Draquan will push Jason and Lucia higher and higher in the criminal hierarchy, opening up far more daring and profitable opportunities for them. At the same time, the key slogan of the game, which was shown to us in the very first trailer, hinges on one word: trust. The only way out is to stick together. But Lucia and Jason's relationship will constantly be tested for strength. As the couple approaches the top, serious tension will inevitably begin to grow between them. Jason is accustomed to army discipline and cold blood, while Lucia has an explosive street temper and acts on emotion. Because of this, their partnership will constantly balance on the verge of insane passion and dangerous, sometimes deadly conflicts. It's on this chemistry that the entire plot and evolution of the characters will rest. A certain colossal part of the story still remains in the shadows. Rockstar has definitely prepared shocking twists and powerful cliffhangers for us, which the developers will keep in the strictest secrecy until the very release. But even the general picture that we can put together based on trailers and official information already promises us the most mature, dramatic, and elaborate plot in the studio's history. Friends, on this channel, we'll thoroughly analyze all subsequent trailers and any official information that comes out throughout the entire marketing campaign of the game, which should kick off any moment now. We'll dive deeply into every detail, both before the game's release itself and after its launch. So there will be more than enough content. A huge thank you for your powerful support. Your likes, comments, and subscriptions push the video forward and directly help our channel grow, for which I am very grateful to you. This is where today's analysis comes to an end. Take care of your inner light, friends. See you soon, and see you in the next stories.